why there's another woman's underwear in your drawer, D? Huh?
Shonda, it's not what you think.
Not what I think? You think I'm just gonna fold your clothes and not notice? Who is she?
Nothing.
Nothing? Whose are they, D? Say something.
I don't know, okay?
I can't even look at you right now. You ain't...
All right, so this story kind of got me out. You know, sometimes I go back and look for other ideas and holes in my stories. Well, not so much as holes in my story, but I look at different things. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was something that I could add or something I missed. And I thought about leaving some of the stories alone or whatever the case may be, but then I'm kind of like, no, that was part of the story. Or there was something that, you know, so this is like another addition to you know, the Shonda, not series, but you know, summer, because I did a lot of stuff with her and Willie Earl and stuff, and we're gonna actually have and I might just go and start doing the Willie Earl stories and things that I remember that he's done, and then I'm gonna forget some things too. So this particular thing that I just came up when I was thinking about was because I'm looking at some of these characters and these women in comparison, right? So why was Shonda such a priority? Remember when I made the video where she walked up in the house like, man, I'm about to take a shower. I'm priority around here. And she pretty much kicked old school out, like basically kind of let her know like I'm still around, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't live here or whatever, but you know, she had been over at the house so much, and like I say, our relationship was beyond just physical. It was kind of like, you know, see, we had this weird operation where
1, 2, 3. Keep it coming. Baby, let me tell you something. A hoe without a man with leadership is a hoe out of orbit. You feel me?
Out of orbit, huh?
Gone floating with no gravity. You need to drop the zero and give it a zero. I'm right here.
You ain't never subtle, Sean.
Why be subtle? I'm this good to you.
Can't even argue.
you know, when she calls, I'm coming, and vice versa. I don't care what the situation is. If you stranded or whatever the case, you know, I don't care what the situation is. I remember one time, I think I was kicking it with some chick one time, and she was stranded or something, and I told her, you know, I think I was in the bed or something. And she like, man, I'm stranded. Baby, come get me or whatever. Like, you know, I'm stranded, or, you know, and she had her kids with her or something like that. And I was like, man, because I know how she was. She coming immediately. And she used to get pissed off when I used to be in situations like I might have had a bill problem or whatever the case may be. She get mad as hell. Like, man, how you sitting up in here? You know, like when I had that electric thing, that was the only person. She sat there for like a day or so. Like, she sat there and cradled me because I was so damn sick. She sat there and cradled me in her arms for like 2 days straight. And made sure I was all right. Ain't nobody ever did nothing like that.
Baby, please let me help you. Your electricity is off.
No, that taps in your car money.
Damn that car, I can't get another you.
So, you know, my thing is if she's having an issue, she needs a ride or she needs something or whatever like that, man, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go. Because that's how she was with me. She's getting up. If I call her and tell her, hey man, this what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I could have told her, look, man, I'm at this broad's house and she got me out here in the cold. She kicked me out or something like that. I need you to come get me or whatever like that. You know, I'm sorry about what happened or with us and all.
Yo. Hey, you sound different. Where you at?
I'm good.
Just headed home. Ain't nothing. You sound like you outside. I can hear your breath, DP.
It's a little chilly, that's all. I'm straight.
Don't play with me. Where are you?
Sitting on the bus.
What? You out in the cold, baby? I'm on my way. Don't move. Don't move.
Man, honey, man, she like, don't say no nothing. Where you at? She's coming. You see what I'm saying? So she kind of had this thing about me where she felt kind of like, yeah, I don't care who you with. If you talking to some broad or, you know, and I don't feel like the broad's up to my par, she feel like I can take you. That's how Shonda felt. She felt like, nigga, I can take you. She felt like I could take you. So Like when the shop was not closed or whatever, and she like, man, what's going on? And I told her about the shoes, and she's like, man, she said I would have did all kind of little freaky deaky. She said I would have put you. We would have had a damn hotel. What's the little acrobats to be flipping? She said we would have been doing some Barlum. She said I would have been doing a little Barlum Bailey shit over them damn Coke shoes. She said you gave it to that little cigarette rat, like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, baby, you done bought some cigarettes, smoking hood rat, a pair of high class shoes. If you would have bought those shoes for me, we'd have had a freak off. No Cassie or Diddy bring 5 cameras.
Wow, man, I'm not playing with you. The whipped cream would have been out.
So, you know, her thing was I'm priority. She really didn't give a damn if I was in a relationship or who I'm talking to or whatever. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't care. That's why she might have showed up and found somebody that was at the house or whatever. She probably like, man, this old bitch ain't got nothing on me. And she told her to go.
He isn't home right now.
Oh, you must not know about me. I'm priority around here. Hey, I handled it. Cleared things up.
Handle what? What's going on?
Don't worry, just know she won't be back.
Shonda?
Mm-hmm. DP, she not meeting the standards.
But she didn't want me to know that, you know, she tried to act nonchalant, like, oh no, I didn't come, or I guess knocked on the door or whatever like that, because she maybe didn't want me to get mad. She didn't know how. But you know, like, I had a thing going where I thought this broad was gonna break some bread. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't. You know, she was just kind of stringing along, you know what I'm saying, a little couple dollars here and there, you know, but I like shit. I was on some, you know, that you got to think I had to shop. I'm trying to take some money and put it in the shop if that be the case. If she's trying to break some bread, I was like, man, she could break some bread. And then, you know, after a while, you know, because, you know, Shonda will do surveillance. She'll do reconnaissance on she would do something like that. She'll check, see if my car's parked out there. At that point, I probably had 2 cars. So she's like, well, shit, his car's out here. So she's looking. She might be looking up in the window or whatever the case may be. You know, I'm on the 5th floor. You can't see much, but you can see if I got lights on. And she might have been like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I know his car's here. And she might have called and I didn't pick up.
I know he up in there.
So she's like, okay, I know this nigga knows I'm calling him. But
Shonda? What's going on?
she can't get mad because we weren't in like a close blood. But she treated it like she was an auxiliary side brawl. That's how she treated it.
You got a hoe in here?
No.
You hungry? For me and some food, right?
She treated the situation like it was an auxiliary side brawl. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like she would get mad just like I would get mad sometimes. She might say, well, yeah, you know, I went on a date or whatever or something like that. Like when we ain't hardly talking or whatever. I'm like, what you telling me that for? I be getting kind of lightweight, kind of salty a little bit. She said, well, you ain't got me over there or whatever, so I might go on a date or whatever. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear about that shit. So she like, damn, you know, I ain't think you felt that way. I said, well, shit. I said, I don't want to hear about that. I said, I know you don't want it. She said, well, don't tell me nothing. She said, well, she said, you ain't got to tell me nothing about them hoes. She said, because if you got a bitch over there, she said, and I don't feel like she up to how I look. She used to tell me stuff like that. She said, if you got a broad over there and I catch you with a broad and I don't feel like she qualifies to how I look, I'm going to make that bitch move around. So see that that's how she would act. So, you know, I don't think she did it before, but she must have knew that I had somebody up in there that was in my house on a regular basis. So she went and got some nice clothes that probably will make me, you know, if I seen her, make me be like, damn, you look real fine today, Shonda. She would do that and put her perfume on, and she'll come over and probably figure, well, this nigga ain't gonna deny me, you know what I'm saying? I know he ain't gonna deny me. Or she'll just, you know, and she'll knock on the door, which she did. She'll just knock. And so whoever answers the door, if she don't feel like the broad's qualified or look better than her, she'll tell the bitch to move around. And you, like I say, Shonda was crazy. Shonda would kick ass and shoot. So her attitude was kind of like she wants smoke if she wants smoke. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of her. Like I say, she was from DC, so her attitude was kind of like, man, shit, I got smoke, and I think she could fight too. I never seen her fight, but I think she could fight, man. I think Shonda could fight. I really do. She wasn't ducking nothing. She wasn't scared, but you know, she's not out here fighting brawls and stuff. She's a mother with 2 kids, but I think she can. I think she can throw them dogs. Cause she wasn't never worried about nobody beating her up or nothing like that, and she just had that aura about her. She never told me that she had no issues with whatever. But a lot of times, like, women used to kind of hate on Shonda a little bit because, like, she said that, you know, they don't like pretty women. She would tell me she went to Atlanta one time and came back. She said they don't like pretty women and all that kind of stuff. You know, like they be hating. The girls will be hating. You know what I'm saying? And they did kind of up here a little bit. Cause she's, like I said, we used to go out, man, and bras just be staring. And they be like, yeah, look at them hoes staring. She said, you got a badass yellow bitch.
Yeah, you got a badass yellow broad. Y'all can keep on looking. You see that, DP? That's leverage. So next time goes gone, know you got a bottom line and metric.
And they mad. She said they got to deal with it. She said they got to deal with it, like, right, because you got a bad yellow hoe with you. They can keep on looking. And she got to make her little face, roll her eyes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because she knew she looked good.
Worry about them over there. They don't look like me now, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Bet they can't rub your back, not nag, pay a bill or so, pour you some Hennessy and make you sleep a few days. Bet they can't.
You know, so like, that was her whole little thing. She was like, man, you know, I come over there, and if I see you got a beluga whale, if you got anything less than a 7, she said, I'm gonna make that bitch move around. She said, I'm gonna let it be known that I'm over here. So that was, you know, that was, and it was, you know, it's kind of funny to me because, you know, but, you know, she kind of knew that we wouldn't work out functionally, and, you know, I tried to, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't, like I say, she didn't really have a smart mouth, and that's probably another reason why I kept kicking it with her, because she didn't have a smart mouth. She gets smart sometimes, and I look at her, and then she kind of be like, oh, you know, I shouldn't have said that or whatever, but she really didn't. She got smart with me one time because of, okay, I remember when we first started talking, like, she had cooked me some food, and the food wasn't all that great, but, you know, I ate it, and I guess it had something to do with me charging her for a CD or whatever, like when we first started talking or whatever. But she said, oh, am I gonna charge you for some food, or am I gonna charge? She said something, I don't remember what she said. She said something, and I'm just like, and then she must have thought about what she said, and she was like, man, I'm sorry, baby, I should have said that to you or whatever like that. And then, you know, I guess one point, she was mad at me because I wasn't giving her enough attention or whatever. She said, I'm about to start doing you like I'm Nick.
Quiet all night.
I'm good. Just tired.
I'm gonna wear you out. Now cut the lights off.
This dude, she said, I'm about to take you out to eat, and then I'm about to get some.
Just tired.
Something else.
She said, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. So, you know, she had a little attitude that night because of something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but she had a little attitude that night with me or whatever. And she said, yeah, you see, I knew how niggas do niggas. And she said, niggas bring broads out for restaurants, and then they be expected to get some ass. She said, yeah, I'm about to take you out, and I'm about to. You
real quiet tonight.
Just tired.
I'm gonna do you like y'all do us. Pay for this meal, and you gonna stretch me like a balloon when we home. In the freezing cold when I was stranded with my children and helped us. No man has ever done that for me, so I don't know what's the problem.
I don't want to get tied down.
You already do for us, and I can count on you. It makes me so sad, but I love you.
I care about you too.
But you can't say the word.
I show the word.
Well, good enough for me.
Pride. She was kind of like, had a little attitude. We walking out the restaurant. She said, come on, you taking me home and you gonna give me some dick. And so I'm like, she said, I'm tired of playing these games. She said, niggas be on, I don't know, she must have got irritated about something I said or whatever. Like, I think I must have told her, I said, man, I'm about to go home. You gonna take me home, I'm going to sleep. She said, you ain't going to sleep. She said, hell no, ain't gonna be no sleeping around there. No sleep. She said, you ain't getting no sleep. She said, you gonna be walking around like a zombie at work, you ain't getting no sleep. And so she used to do little stuff like that, just little funny stuff. And I'm back at the house, you know, we got into some little argument about something. I don't know what it was.
You keep walking like nothing's wrong, but you won't even let me do a simple thing for you. You keep trying to act brand new like I'm some stranger. I can't buy you a pair of shoes, can't take you out, makes me feel shut out like you don't trust me with you.
It ain't that. I just don't need anything.
Need ain't the point. I'm trying to do for you.
I hear you.
And I tried to take my ass to sleep. She tried to wake. She waking me up like, you ain't going to bed bad. You going to bed mad. She said something that irritated the hell out of me. I don't know what she did. And then she just. I specifically remember that night. She said, "Man, don't never go to sleep mad." You know what I'm saying? Like we can't do that. I said, we gonna wake up and be, So it was a. I don't know if I want to say it was turbulent. She wasn't like Raven. She wasn't like Meanie. She was different. She was just, and we talked over a course of time. You know what I'm saying? We talked over.
Now, why have this a few times a week when you can wake up drained every day of the week?
I can't make my own.
We can make more together. Stop being prideful, DP.
Course of time. So, the thing where she told me about Willie Earl and all that, and that was kind of funny.
You talked to Willie earlier lately?
Nah, Shonda, Willie mad I sold the Bonneville.
Man, I can't believe DP let that Bonneville go. Cleanest thing in this whole shop. 455 under the hood, smoothest.
But like I say, she eventually, to my knowledge, I think she eventually ended up. I don't know if she ended up. I could tell she ended up doing something with drugs, but I'm not sure exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying? And so to see this person, because you got to think, I don't remember you. I'm not going to remember you off of what society looks at you for. That's not my final report card. I don't remember her of I don't remember her. Cause years later she had called me up just to see how I'm doing. She's like, I just want to check on you and make sure you're all right. And see, the thing is her attitude was, I don't give a fuck how long I talk to DP. I don't care what the situation. If I would have been like, man, listen, man, I've had shit. It could have been a situation where I could have told her I was in a long-term relationship and it ain't working no more, and I'm down on my ass or whatever like that, man. She'd be like, man, I'm gonna make you whole. You know what I'm saying? That would have been that would have been her attitude. That's how she would have kind of thought about us. She would have.
DP, I will always love you. Always. No matter what, never forget that.
Be like, no matter what situation you're in, she's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? She's not gonna, she's not gonna just say, well, DP was down on his ass. So I could have been homeless or some shit like that. If she would have seen me homeless, or if she probably would have seen me with a sign up or homeless or something like that, she probably would have, and if she wouldn't have had nobody, she probably would have pulled over and said, man, we're gonna clean you up. We're gonna get you back where you need to be. That's the kind of relationship we kind of had. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she felt like I'm priority around here. She said that little flat old bitch can move around. She had a certain, she had a certain idea as to what kind of woman that I should be talking to. And if it did not qualify up to her, to what she thought it should be, she don't want me talking to her. She don't want me talking to her no way. But if it's somebody below her standards that don't look as good as her, oh, she like, man, she's trying to make sure that broad don't, she gonna give me every reason to want to not deal with her no more. Like, okay, you dealing with this. You could be dealing with this. Like, this is your standard. This is your quality. So that's how she was. And she told me that one time. She seen me dealing with some chick and she was like, man, that ain't your type. Like, you know, and I stopped talking to the bro, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, you know, I was like, yeah, that's not. She said, man, that's like, she close to a duck. Like, you know, to me, it wasn't really duckish, but it was close to a duck in her eyes. So she's like, man, what's you dealing with this duck ass looking broad? Like, you could do better than that. And so now I'm looking at her like, yeah, I can. I'll move her around, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but like I said, we knew that we had a dysfunctional relationship. We really couldn't be, you know, she knew that it couldn't be what it could have been, you know, but like years down the line, like, and I think what happened to her, like, I think she gets lost to everything. You know, I think she's probably somewhere, you know, in another state, and she just, you know, because I think the last time I seen her, she had got locked up or something like that, and she just didn't look good. But I'm not looking at her like the dope fiend or whatever. That's not the person I remember. So I'm looking at that person within the same respect of the person that was cradling me, and I was cradled in, where I was damn near dead. You see what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at that person. I'm not looking at that the person years later, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's why she is priority. So, and I might make a couple little videos I'm gonna try to make some more videos to try to give y'all idea on how she really was and stuff like that. Cause she was an angel. Like, man, let me tell you, years later, I think in the beyond 2011 or something, like, she at one point she called me and she saved somebody. There was someone on the highway. I was trying to look up the article, but she saved somebody. She saved somebody, man. There's a dude, his arm got cut off or whatever the case may be. Is my bus here? I think he is. I'm about to, damn. His arm got cut off in a car crash. His arm was coming off. She was helping this man, save this man's life. He got into a serious accident and there was red stuff everywhere. And I remember she called me and told me. She said, that girl was an angel, man. She was a real good girl, man. She just got caught up. After she stopped dealing with me, shit gets wet kapoots.